Hello again. We're back. Hattrick Heroes for another episode. But yeah, it's not a hat trick today, it's a brace.
Yeah, Led is on the bench. He's feeling a bit under the weather. But another episode to go with this week. Shout out to Dreamstream Studios. Thank you to Pierre for allowing us to use the facilities to shoot another episode of Hattrick Heroes.
Yeah. Otherwise, how's it going?
Not too shabby. Siyazama, how's things on your side?
All good, man.
You're not nervous about
Can't
a two-sum?
Not really. I mean,
Takes two to tango.
yep.
Dead jokes are flying.
They're gonna be flying in.
Yeah.
As always. Otherwise,
Yeah,
what should
so
we...
our beer of the day, it's already failing to impress me because it's foaming. Or maybe it's how I opened it. But
Could be,
Beach,
could be.
tell us what made you bought this. Wongaleo, so
Yeah.
Sixelele.
Yeah, I have to be honest, it wasn't my first choice. I was looking for something else, but then I found it in a can, and yeah, that was gonna take away from the experience. So I decided, nah, let me try and look for something else. And then yeah, this caught my eye. Noon Gun. It comes in a 4-pack, and it sets you back around 80 rand per 4-pack. So yeah, what do you think? First impressions? I haven't had it.
So if it was a 6-pack, it would probably be 120.
Around there.
Too shabby.
It's an IPA, yeah, which is an Indian Pale Ale, and yeah, it's made from hops. So it's usually a bit, like you said, it's foamy. So it's usually it's a little more bitter
Than your average.
than the average, yeah, and the foam is a bit richer.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I mean, okay, that's definitely coming through on my side. There's a bit of bitterness to it, but not a bitterness where it seems like it may be overbrewed, or a nice kind of bitterness that stays on the palate.
Yeah.
It's not an aftertaste, but it does say I was here.
Yeah. It makes an impression.
Yeah, it leaves
It leaves an
definitely does.
impression. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. And yeah, we've been meaning, like, we've spoken on a group chat about
Yeah, and
like,
also the
trying an
comments have
IPA.
said, would we be
Would
open
be
to
open to trying
I think
an
it was
IPA.
IPA and CBD infused ones.
Yeah.
So
that's true, yeah. We will look for a CBD infused one in the future. But yeah, I like it. I'm not big on IPAs. Like, it's not.
It wouldn't be your go-to beer.
It wouldn't be. Yeah, it wouldn't
But
be my
if
go-to.
ufike corner,
Yeah, most
how long I
definitely,
say?
I'm diving in. I don't know
So
exactly.
yeah, so I see it's basically a standard dumpy in that it's a 340. There's awards on it, so I'm guessing it's a very good IPA. 2021, 2023.
Yeah.
And the alcohol volume is 4%. So no, it's something you can drink after
Yeah.
like a soccer dead day.
Yep.
You're not gonna be out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I've tried a few IPAs, and this one's definitely like up there, if not the best. Like I said, haven't been as impressed with them.
So I think the reason the IPA is a specialty beer is it because of its taste on the palate. You could say it's more of an acquired taste. Yeah, so maybe inabantu bayo. But I am certain, like for example, this one, I was very skeptical about it, but it's a very good beer. It's a very good beer. If you do give it a chance, you could definitely, stay with it.
Stay with it.
Yeah,
It could definitely be your beer. Like,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. You could definitely, it could be your go-to beer if you acquire the taste and you become an IPA guy. I mean,
Yep.
just like how some like Castle Light, some would like probably a more stronger brew, and this is a stronger
This is
brew.
a stronger brew. Yeah.
Taste-wise, not alcohol-wise, but taste-wise, it's very rich, it's very bold. It does say what.
Does say. I hear.
Yeah. So what you normally associate with your crafts is a bit different here because this is quite strong.
Yeah. That's wrong. And yeah, I did say on our way here that I was worried because going back to one of the beers that we had.
Breakfast was lightning it to the diesel and dust that we absolutely obliterated.
So-
No, that was terrible.
Yeah,
God.
I was worried because the font, which is now that I look at it,
Is
not even
similar to
close.
that one.
Yeah,
So
So
it brought back
it
some
brought back those
painful
memories.
memories.
So that's why I was skeptical, and
I'm sure you
also
already wanted Gaviscon. Because the last time we had that, I was like, eating Gaviscon, maybe.
Most
So,
definitely.
out of 10,
the-
what would you give it and where would you drink it?
Yeah, I would definitely give this one an 8.
Mhm.
Yeah, and because yeah, I would drink it like at home watching sports, like on a weekend, like not last weekend. Last weekend was a bit thin on sports. The weekend before that, yeah, it would be like I would chill with it and drink it. It's awesome. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10, which is among my
Highest
rated.
rated.
Yeah, and you, how
Yeah.
would you give it?
So for me, I think it would be a 7 out of 10. The 7 is not a slight on it. It's just that for someone who's not used to IPAs, maybe I'm a bit,
Yeah,
the taste is not quite something I'm easily attracted to.
Attracted to,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I can say that it's definitely a beer that I would like to try again and get to know. So a 7 is fair. Maybe after a weekend or 2 weekends of drinking it, I might actually revise my score. Because sometimes you'll drink something and it feels amazing, only to realize, not. Sometimes it's the opposite. But 7 out of 10, and I definitely drink it with the boys.
So
Yeah,
like
Saturday with the boys, definitely.
you're like an opening batsman trying to get his eye in first.
Yes.
For playing your shots.
Yes. Let me block a bit,
Let me block a
and
bit.
then I'll
Yeah.
see if I can go with the cover shot.
Cool. It's sure good. Great, yeah.
Yeah. So, our discussion today, something that has been raging on the socials, raging on the news,
Yeah.
different ends of the spectrums. The VAR call, that was Liverpool versus Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah.
It was the 6:30 game on Saturday last week.
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly, it's Friday now, and that discussion still hasn't. Sorry, it's Thursday now.
Thursday,
But
yeah.
it still hasn't halted.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's unprecedented.
Yeah,
We can say that's why. I mean, it's a huge, and it's been coming. I can put it that way. It's been coming because there have been a few dodgy calls, even with VAR. I mean, we're on the third, fourth season of VAR. Yeah, there have been a few dodgy calls with it not being implemented as well as it could be. So something like that I feel has been coming. So that's why I feel like there's been like such a huge hoo-ha. And you as a Liverpool fan came kitted out. The aggrieved man.
Look, I was actually the one thing I wanted, and when we're even discussing this in the group, I was saying, chaps, we need to be very well researched on this, because I was avoiding approaching this from tribal lines.
Yeah.
Because once we do that, it takes away from a lot of the merits, that we could possibly have educating the viewers on. Because if I approach this solely from a Liverpool point where I feel aggrieved, then I'm going to be speaking from an emotional perspective.
Yeah.
And leaving out, the merits of this, the facts of this, and what possibly the viewers would want filled in on their lines.
Yeah.
So, andifuni sisithethe ngoba Liverpool. Yes, I'm aggrieved. Yes. Like, I've said this to you. I've said this to Umas. Sport is the most important of the unimportant things in life.
Yeah.
Like, literally. It's not important at all, but when you group it, it's important amongst those things. So whenever we lose, I never really get angry, ndingathethi endlini ndiqumbe, where now I'm taking time away from my family because of a result that happened. You know, I never really sulk. Like, we could, once that final whistle comes, if Yoms comes, I pick him up. You know, I'm still. But on Saturday, I really felt upset. So I just needed to get over that so that I could then look at this objectively.
Yeah.
Dingazi ngoba sirojiwe hayi senziwe ibharu ibi 2 feet le hayi.
Yeah.
I wanted us to
have a calm, sober, which is hard with all this around us. A calm, sober discussion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I get you. Even with myself, as a United fan, I mean, it's a strong word, but it's the perfect word. I hate Liverpool, and
I don't blame you. I hate you too.
And I was watching that game with the hope, like, I hope Liverpool loses, you know. And when that call happened, you know, I laughed, but like, I was laughing because Liverpool is robbed. But even before the game ended, I had this in me like, wow, that was such a shitty call.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, like, that was such a shitty call. And then from the not euphoria, because I mean, we had just lost. So I was
from that relief that no one can now come at you.
Yeah.
Because we've also lost.
Yeah, from that. Exactly. From all of that, you know. And as the discussion started picking up and everything, I was like, if these sort of calls and, you know, were to become commonplace, you know, in the Premier League, I'll make an example with the Premier League because it's where it happened. And it's also, you know, the biggest league in the world. And if these were, they will like sort of like take away from the experience. And it's something that's already been happening, maybe not as blatant, not as, you know, horribly managed as it was on that day. But, you know, you will start to think about, this is horrible for the game.
Yes.
You know,
yes. For the broader game, and that's why when I speak, I'm saying, if we are having this discussion on the channel, we need to remove that tribal lens, because you need to look at that call as an Arsenal fan, as a Chelsea fan, as an Aston Villa fan, as a United fan, whatever you are, like, you need to say, shit, if this can happen to Liverpool, this can happen to me too. And I'll tell you why. So, if VAR as the technology, goal line technology, and the offside call are the two pillars of accuracy of the system. Those are the 2 points of contention that we are told as fans, as players, as lovers of the game. If that one happens, if your player's offside, it's offside.
Yeah.
Like, those 2 things are not subjective, right?
Yeah.
Those ones we have always been told are rooted in accuracy. It's lines, it's millimeters. Whether it was by a toenail, but if it's offside, we told it's offside. Same with goal line technology. If that ball passed and that watch vibrates, it's a goal. If it doesn't vibrate, it's not a goal.
Not a goal.
So I think that is where the shock is coming from. That is where we feel so let down. Because if we are discussing penalties, penalty is a subjective thing. There's soft, you know, that was soft. Once you start speaking about soft and milking it, we start going into gray areas.
Yeah.
It then becomes about perception. And perception is also influenced by unconscious bias. We know that in England, there's a lot of that. That Liverpool, United, the areas that, you know, the socialist areas, the other areas that are maybe conservative versus labor.
Yeah.
Those are things that influence the game there. Now, if you say it's offside, it's offside.
Yeah.
That did not happen on Saturday.
On Saturday.
A blatantly onside player, the ref, the linesman flagged it for offside. We see the picture on the screen. I say, woo, this is on.
This is on.
You
It's a
know?
goal.
And I'm expecting it's gonna be
It's gonna be a goal.
And then when that doesn't happen, I'm like, shit, the lines are probably, my eyes are probably fooling me.
Yeah. Angles and everything like that.
What happens? Sky, which then leads me to believe that they also in on it or they tried to cover it up, did not show that frame again.
Yeah.
We saw it once. It wasn't shown again.
It wasn't shown again. And then from the audio, it sounded as if the guy's name, the VAR's name, Darren England. It sounded as if he got the call wrong from the call from the field wrong because he was in his mind he was confirming an onside call. Yeah, and everything that. But then it would be understandable because it's human error. He made that error and everything. But then there's another step that needed to be taken beyond that.
So, in this whole debate, that audio for me points more than human error. It points to blatant incompetence. And then when you start understanding the context of these guys, 2 out of the 3 guys in that VAR room, 48 hours before the game, were reffing in the United Arab Emirates. That is like a 6-hour flight.
Yeah.
Going, coming. Now, if you've just traveled, just reffed in a different continent, are you sharp enough?
Yeah. Are you like
are you well prepared
and mentally
enough? Yes, ready for this. Now, I've got the points here. Firstly, I wrote some points just regarding that audio call in case any of the viewers didn't catch it. Firstly, he was the one who rushed the decision by stating, check complete, that's fine, perfect.
Yeah.
The linesman has put up a flag. There's how many screens in that VAR room?
Yeah.
What do you mean that you think the on-field call is a goal? 2, he says, are you happy with this? The operator, the guy who's said to be a Dutch graduate, he's not even part of VAR. He's a computer scientist geek sitting there. He's not even part of VAR. But he sees that this is wrong.
This is wrong.
He asks him, are you happy with this? This guy affirms, yes. The operator reiterates, are you happy with this? And his response was, offside, goal, yeah.
Goal, yeah.
When the operator requests a delay, this is still the computer science guy.
Yeah.
That's the operator, he asks, when the operator requested a delay, the VAR guy says, pardon? Like he's confused. Why you want a delay? Then when the operator conveys that Oli from the hub says is instructing a delay, he responds firmly with, can't do anything, mate.
Yeah.
Then upon reaching the 4th official, he promptly stated, they've restarted the game, then firmly asserts, can't do anything.
Can't do anything.
What do you mean you can't do anything?
Yeah.
It's a throw-in. He's saying stop the game, delay the game.
Yeah.
And you say you can't do anything. No.
Yes. So do you think, like you said, like you've iterated like many times during our chat, without putting on a Liverpool hat or a shirt in this case, without that, do you feel like there's anything behind that decision other than human error or, like you said, exhaustion, mental exhaustion or whatever?
So,
or just, innocent incompetence. I don't know if that is...
That's a What,
A loaded phrase.
what is that called when two words are kind of an opposite? But yeah. So, look, I don't believe that Darren England should be sacked.
Yeah.
I know the communication that came out was that he won't ref Liverpool games for the rest of the season. But why not?
Why not?
If he's going to ref a Man United game, he should be able to ref a Liverpool game. If they were saying he's not going to ref any game, then okay, sharp.
Yeah.
But why not?
If towards the end of the season, say Man City and Liverpool are in it, competing for the title,
and then he refs a City game, and then shit happens, we then suddenly look back and say, yeah. So from my perspective, I don't believe he should be sacked. I mean, what I do want is that the reform that comes from this is such, because whatever we say, the laws, I mean, we've seen social media, the news, we've seen that the laws did not empower him to change it.
Yeah.
Even though common sense means he should have changed it, right?
Yeah.
The PG Mall has come out and said, now we've rectified that. In future, if such a situation would happen, the ref would be able to say, stop, we've shut the nappy here. So, secondly, I was listening to Klopp yesterday, and I think this also then just plays into the tribal part and the clickbait of the media.
Yeah.
Klopp says, on a human level, I would want a replay. But from a sporting level, yeah, it would make sense to bring us all in one room and common sense to prevail. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to have a replay. He knows that it's never happened. Even though by UEFA rules, let me just look at this. So UEFA rules do empower a replay. A replay is possible due to the fact that this is incorrect application of the laws. Yeah. It's not a mistake.
It's not a mistake, yeah.
So by that law, a replay is allowed.
Yeah.
But now a replay is a logistical nightmare. And Klopp doesn't want that. No Liverpool fan wants that. But what we do want is a reform of VAR as a system. We were promised this system is going towards perfection. Yeah. This is as perfect as will be. Secondly, this VAR issue seems to be an issue in England.
Yeah.
I watched the Champions League. I even forget there's a ref.
Because it's so smooth. Even in the CAF Champions League in Africa, where there's usually issues like that towards the end of the tournament, they implemented VAR last season, and it ran smoothly. In Africa, where the last place you would have expected, to have it running smoothly, but there were no issues. But then in England alone, seems to be the one country, the one league that's having these issues. So it brings on many other questions. Is this deliberate?
The competence of is it? Do we then go to the fact that only one English ref was at the World Cup, and not just as a Liverpool fan, for you as a United fan, for someone as a Chelsea fan, why do you only feel confident in refereeing when it's Michael Oliver?
Yeah. Because whenever my team, whenever we have a big game, well, every game is a big game now.
Since every
game is a tough game. Whenever we have a big game, and I learn, so and so, Anthony Taylor is going to be reffing the game, or whoever is going to be reffing the game. Going shit, not this guy,
him again.
Yeah. And I have a long list. Well, the list is getting longer of the referees
that don't Darren England.
Yeah, Darren, we don't have Howard Webb anymore. So
So it's definitely a competence issue.
Yeah, it is a competence issue, but that question again, why England? Why the Premier League only? Because everywhere else
you don't see this in Spain.
You don't see that.
Does it also go with the fact, Vij, that for whatever reason, England always seems to adopt these technologies later? VAR, they adopted a year later.
Yeah.
There's now a semi-automated offside rule that the rest of Europe has taken. England is only taking next year. 5 subs, England took a year later.
Yeah.
Is it then that we play catch up while the others were having a season of transition?
Yeah, it could be that, but like with the issue of VAR, they've had like 3-4 years or even longer than that, to catch up, to like perfect it, iron out all the, issues, all the teething problems and everything. Like we're not talking teeth; it should be in full swing, running smoothly by now, when we talk about that. But yeah, that's another issue because England catches on late.
So by human error, the PG Mall have definitely said the issue is not the technology. The issue is actually the people
in the room.
And this is the statement that they came out with. It was a 5-point statement. It says the situation stemmed from the video officials not following proper guidance, which states how there's an emphasis on the need for efficiency, but never at the expense of accuracy. The review states there was no need for the VAR to rush through this routine sequence. 2, referees will be told to verbalize very clearly what the on-field decision is on every occasion. That didn't happen. For example, Simon Hooper, the referee, should have made clear that the on-field decision is a disallowed goal for offside to England and Cook. For me, yes, going forward, great. But I mean, these guys have a lot of screens. They can see the linesmen. They're following the game. They're on VAR. They should be following.
They have headphones on them, which, they could hear clearly, amid all the noise and everything.
3, VARs will be reminded to reiterate the original on-field decision at the beginning of checks. 4, VARs will be told to converse better with their assistants. As had England communicated with Cook, this would have exposed the flaws in the direction he was about to take and therefore provided an opportunity for the assistant VAR to intervene. The last point, VARs will now check the final decision with their assistants before confirming the outcome to the referee, saying, confirming disallowed goal for offside, check complete, rather than simply saying check complete. So we then see that the laws were poorly written.
And that's sort of that statement in itself, those pointers are sort of an indictment on Pijumal. They had all these laws. Well, they did not have all these laws like thoroughly
specifically said. Like, I mean, I'm sure the lawyers would know, but usually it will say in introduction to law, a law needs to be very simple, specific. And easy to understand. This is easy to understand. Don't just say check complete. But why wasn't it said before by the people who wrote these laws?
And reading that, you see, it should have been there in the first place. All of this should have been there in the first place.
Absolutely. And which is why I was saying, if we are viewing this from a tribal point of view, I'm Liverpool, you United, I hate the Scousers, I hate the Manx, fuck the Londoners, then we miss an opportunity to move the game, well, not the game, the English game, towards better refereeing. That will be beneficial for all 20 teams. So,
I mean, do you have faith that it will improve? I mean, this season on its own, they will be under the watchful eye of maybe like probably everyone. Do you have faith that there will be a change? The reform will be like implemented.
So, I have faith because of how far Liverpool took it. Because Howard Webb, fuck that guy. Howard Webb issued a statement immediately after the game to say this was human error and blah, blah, blah. Liverpool then released their own statement saying they acknowledge, don't accept, they acknowledge, but will basically be looking, and then further lodged a request for the audio, which we have now heard, confirming the incompetency that happened.
That happened, yeah.
So now we then get to a place where we say that audio of every match, it should not be a mistake.
Yeah.
The transparency that comes with VAR, all audios after the game should be released. Then now we start moving. Yeah. Because if the guys in the VAR room, firstly, those guys are in the VAR room to remove them from pressure.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what the hell he was rushing for.
Mm-hmm.
So once we've done that, we can then say every decision they make in that room, every word, every joke they make in that room, they will make it knowing after the game, this will be for public consumption.
Yeah. It should be released publicly.
This then is for the betterment of every team.
Yeah.
It's now not a Liverpool thing. It benefits everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think a call went against you, you then say, let's wait for the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be a solution. That's a solution.
So I don't know. What do you guys at home think? Tell us. Send us the comments. Send us your points. If you think I'm just speaking from hurt, let me know. But I mean, Svij is my arch and nemesis here. And we seem to be singing from the same hymn sheet. So
yeah,
let us know. Svij, did you make a betting slip?
Yep, I did. So with the safe bets.
Save with the bets that don't go for millions.
It looks like I did make a reckless one here because, yeah, the return is a bit higher than my usual.
All right. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my slip is 10 teams and it's mostly dominated by the Premier League. I also have the MTN 8 as well as Spanish, the La Liga. And yeah, first up, I have Luton Town and Spurs. And I do not, it's Luton Town at home, and I do not expect them to win. So I've gone Tottenham and over 1.5.
They played well against Everton.
Everton? Who? Luton.
Yes, Everton. They won against Everton.
Yes, they did win, but they lost to Burnley at home. Oh, okay, so, yeah, I most certainly am not backing them. Or was it? No, it wasn't at home. They did lose to Burnley. It was, yeah. And next up is Burnley versus Chelsea. Where's Lad?
Are you going for Burnley?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I was tempted to go for Burnley, but I've gone safe and said under 3.5. I don't know. I don't think Chelsea are capable of scoring more than 2 goals. And Burnley as well. I mean, I don't expect a high-scoring game. And then there's Fulham versus Sheffield United. Fulham disappointed me by losing to Chelsea. Yeah. And but yeah,
they disappointed you by losing to Chelsea.
Yes. That Chelsea team in their current state. Anyone can be Chelsea. And I'm still backing them. I've gone Fulham straight win. They're playing against Sheffield United, so yeah, it should be a easy win at Craven Cottage. And then there's Everton against Bournemouth. It's another one of Oklambaya Pakulana, as they say it. And yeah, I've gone with Everton or a draw. And yeah, Man United versus Brentford. I would have gotten Man United straight win, but yeah, in the state that we're in, kind of shambolic, so I'm not ruling out a draw. So I've gone Man United or draw. The game is at Old Trafford.
Is betting your own team not a blind spot?
It is.
So why do you do it?
It most certainly is. I mean, if you bet positively and say we'll win, this is like what can I say, betting math.
Oh,
Something like that. Or guy math or something like that.
betting math, 10 rand for 1 million.
So, my frustration, I'll be frustrated all the same if it doesn't go my way. So, if it goes my way, I win. So that's it. And then there's Liverpool or Brighton versus Liverpool. And yeah, I'm gone Liverpool. It pains me to say so. But yeah, I've said Liverpool and over 1.5. And Arsenal versus Manchester City. Oh yeah, this is where I've been a bit reckless. And I've said Arsenal straight win against Manchester City. It's at the Emirates. And I do expect Arsenal to, lose at some point, but if there's a time where Arsenal say it, say it.
I guess it's betting maths.
If ever there was a time where Arsenal were going to beat Man City,
they couldn't beat them going for a title. Why would they beat them now when the City Pool era is back?
No, Man City lost how many in last week?
One against Wolves.
Before that, they got knocked out. Before that, they got knocked out of the Carabao Cup in the same week.
So you think they are weakest?
Yeah, they're at the weakest. At their weakest.
Last week, Lad said they wouldn't lose back to back. Then Wolves came around.
Yeah. And it's Arsenal at the Emirates, and Arsenal are difficult to beat at the Emirates.
Unless you Liverpool with Jota.
There's that too. And yeah, I'm backing Arsenal here. And there's West Ham versus Newcastle. I honestly don't see Moyes beating Newcastle. So even though they're playing at the London Stadium, no, I was too impressed by Newcastle last night. So
it's a poor team, but it's fine.
Yeah,
Farmers League merchants. Okay, go on.
So yeah, I've got Newcastle straight win, and yeah, going on to the MTN 8. Yeah, I see this one.
You betting your own team again?
No.
Oh.
I was tempted to say under 1.5 because I'm not expecting, Pirates. Even if Pirates were to lose, I don't see them losing by many, and I don't see them. If Pirates win, I don't see us like beating Sundowns by too many. So I've gone, I've gone safe. I can say that. I see this one being decided by penalties, so I've gone with a draw. And yeah, last one is Spain in La Liga, Cadiz versus Girona. I've gone with a double chance, Cadiz or Girona. And yeah, my slip, 321 odds. That's why I said,
yeah, it's a bit wild.
It's a bit wild. And 50 rand gets you 18,470. Yo, Jacob Zuma. 18,470 rand 17 cents.
So Sil was no longer with the safe bets.
For now.
For now. All right. Let's hear how this boy math will go. How many teams are on your slip?
10 teams.
10 teams. Okay, so mine's also 10. I did also bet the Burnley versus Chelsea game, but I said Burnley FC or draw. Sorry, lad. Brighton versus Liverpool. Solely on the basis of what happened last week, I rarely ever bet Liverpool, but solely of what happened last week, I feel like the boys will come out with, a statement. I fully expect Liverpool to win. Alternatively, if you want to take chances, you can say Liverpool to have a red card. The way things are going. The way things are going. Over in Spain, I said Madrid versus Osasuna. Madrid straight, odds of 1.31. Then Cadiz versus Girona, I said Girona straight. Madrid result aside, this is a free-scoring team. Goals for days. I fully expect them to bounce back. I think they're top of the log. I'm not sure after that Madrid result. But yeah, people who watch the Farmers League would know. Then over in Germany, Gladbach versus Mainz. I said over 2.5, odds of 160. Juventus Turin versus Torino. I said both teams to score. AC Milan versus Genoa. AC Milan straight. In France, Uber Eats League. Stade Reims versus Monaco. I said over 1.5. And then for Lyon versus Lorient, I said double chance, Lyon or Lorient. And for the MTN 8 final, just on the basis of hating that other team from Soweto, I said Mamelodi Sundowns.
Not hating the team that knocked you out.
And I'm hoping it's going to be a thrashing. So, I call my Tambas out Dibana. My slip is... so go sport.
Okay, we'll see.
My slip is 10 teams. One is already in if you count the Pirates game. But
okay.
For $50 on my slip with 10 fixtures, you can get 17,109.12. So I'm sure Led, as much as he's on the bench feeling sick, I'm sure he'll cook up a sleep. And I just want to reiterate the betting slips. We post them on our Twitter page. So Svid runs that. He'll post the betting slips on the Twitter page and pin them. So Twitter handle Hattrick Heroes.
Yeah, with
underscore Vitali underscore. So yeah, we'll also post Escalate, and then if you win, one thing a little time.
Yeah, you can buy me this if you win. Like I said, it's around 80 rand.
Yeah, breakfast.
Yeah.
This was a great twosome, man. Mm-hmm. We should definitely do it again.
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
So we also have a new tagline to close the show.
Yeah.
Please let us know what you think about our new tagline. Mm-hmm. If you like it, if you hate it. Or you can even suggest another one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you going to run it?
I'll run it. Okay. Otherwise, like, comment, and subscribe to Hattrick Heroes. And join us for crafty sips and winning tips. Cheers.